G'day everyone and welcome back. I do apologise I haven't put a video out lately. I just haven't had a chance. I've just put up a new workshop, and new addition to the workshop was a new lathe. So I'm in the midst of getting the power put on. It should be on in the next 2 or 3 days hopefully, and then I'll be able to shift the rest of the machines into the new shed. So the new lathes in the new shed, which is a good thing. Yeah, it's taken a fair bit of cleaning and all that sort of stuff, and all that bloody oil they put on it and grease they put on it. It took a lot of cleaning off. But what I plan to do now is make a boring bar holder to fit on top of the, replace a 4-way tool post. Make a new boring bar holder for it. It's a bit of a pain because I've got all my measuring stuff in this shed, and in the old shed, or the shape and everything's still in the old shed. So, and I bought a new engine crane to go with it, and it's got a leaking ram on part of the casting. The very bottom of the ram's leaking, so I'm not going to lift my shaper up to shift it into the new shed just in case it drops it, and that'd be a devastating thing to happen. So yeah, I've put up a 7 metre by 6 metre shed, which is probably never going to be big enough, but we just got to deal with it, I guess. It's lovely to have a bit of room. So as you can, I'll pan around a bit here and show you what's happening. So that's the new lathe. That's sort of a bit of workbench and so on. That's the new engine crane, which is failed straight up. There are the kids' toolboxes. Director's chair. We pan around here, we got young fella's motorbike, and mowers and all sorts of stuff. So more lawn mowers, the kids have got to have their own ride-ons. So this corner here will be where the lathe, I've got 2 lathes, the shaper, a couple of grinders, pedestal drill, compressor and power hacksaw, and hopefully a new mill won't be that far away with a bit of luck. So as for now, I'm just sort of running in between 2 sheds and trying to do little bits and pieces and extension leads and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to go over to the other shed, and I've got a piece of 2-inch square stock. I'm going to cut a chunk off and put it in the shaper and clean it up. And I've mounted the 4-jaw chuck to come on this new lathe. Is pretty crap. I don't even know why they even called it a chuck. It's just ridiculous. So I've actually mounted my old 4-jaw chuck to the faceplate, which it's originally bolted in through these holes onto the back plate for the old lathe. It had 4 3/8 bolts that you can go from the back into the front. So I've just bolted on. I've clocked it in, which there was no real, with a 4-jaw, but I've clocked it in within half a thou. It actually is pretty bloody good. Pretty happy with the way that worked out. I was going to make a new backing plate for it to match this spindle, which is a 4 TPI. This lathe will only cut up to 3 TPI. So that sort of screwed me over there. That's why I went with this option. So it'll work for now, and I might end up taking this chuck off, put it back on the old lathe, and buy a new 4-jaw to suit. Yeah, they'll take an 8-inch chuck, so it's 230 swing on it. So it's 230 swing, 500 between centres. So it's not a big lathe by any stretch, but yeah, it'll do me for the time being. Between this lathe and the old lathe, I should be pretty right, I think. So anyway, I'll go to the other shed and we'll get cracking and make this. We'll make this new bloody jigger for this boring bar. Replace that with a, yeah, make a solid boring bar mount. A good old reliable power hacksaw. I love this thing. It's slow but it's good. Yeah, my dad bought this new, I forget what year it was, but yeah, it was well before I was born. Still goes good to this day, so. That cut didn't really go to plan on the power hacksaw. Turned out pretty crap because you can see I got down halfway and was really going nowhere. So obviously the old blades are getting a bit dull, so I shifted it forward about 2 inches in the vise, and yeah, got a nice cut then. But yeah, but anyway, it'll clean up. I'll get it set up in the vise now and we'll be right to go. Just thought I'd mention each division on this hand wheel here, each mark, see there, they're pretty hard to see, I know. Each division's 5 thou. So back to 0, so it's 5, 10, 15, so it's 20 thou to the, you know, and it's 1 full revolution's 80 thou depth. So just thought I'd point that out. Yeah, it's pretty hard to see the divisions on this sand wheel. Might be a job for the future is to remark them and make it a bit easier. I've got it set for about a 5 thou step over. A little bit of love juice on it. I'll just do a rough pass across the top. See how it looks. Here a bit more. Like too bad of a finish, really. Interested to see what it's like when it finishes. Got a bit of a mirror look to it, a bit of reflection coming off it, which is a good thing. That didn't turn out too bad considering. It's got a little bit of chatter along this little edge here. I don't know whether you can pick it up in the camera or not. It's got a little bit of chatter along this. Oh, there's a tiny bit of chatter just in that one corner. Apart from that, it feels reasonably smooth enough. Yeah, it's good enough what I want it for. I'm pretty happy with that. I haven't been a bit lazy. I didn't even brush the tool up, so I just got very lazy and just tipped it over a bit more. But you can do it with another brush up near, good brush up. So, but overall, pretty happy with that finish. So I'm just going to repeat what I've done on all four sides and clean the ends up, and I'll bring his back. I don't think I really want to bore you with all this same old stuff, so I'll bring his back when I get the rest done. I just about to bore the hole in the block. I finished the block off on the shaper. I'm about to bore the hole in it for the fit over the stud in the compound. So as you'll see, it's offset in the chucker fair way, so I'm not spinning it all that fast. I mean, spinning at 250 revs, which is probably a little bit borderline being too quick too, but it's not shaking around, so we'll be happy with that. So I've got to bore it. The bottom part of the stem is, or the stud's 10mm, top part's 8mm. I'll bore it right through at 8, and then drill the next. I'll drill in from about an inch in from the end, about 9.5mm, and then I've got a brand new 10mm reamer. I'll ream the last little bit of that hole, so it's a nice positive fit. So I'll reposition the camera and we'll get into it. Okay, got a 10mm reamer in here. I've backed the lathe off to 100 RPM. That's as slow as this one will go, so hopefully it'll be alright. Here we go. Beautiful. Doesn't look like it's seated, but it is, because still got a rounded edge on here. That's why it doesn't make it look like it's not seated down. It definitely is seated. It's actually not a bad fit. I'm only going to use a nut on the top of this one because, just let me get it if I can find it. What is here? This is the proper one for the 4-way tool post, and it's absolute crap. I don't like it. I'll just pick that up. I'm going to have to make a new one, I think, because as you can see, look at that. That's a pretty terrible fit, isn't it? Look at it wobbling around. So I don't like it. Once you get down a bit to where it bottoms out, it's still wobbling. Like that's bottomed out there. Anyway, it's just another job on the list. So for this job I'm going to use a nut. I think that'll be sufficient enough. I might countersink this yet and recess it down a bit, or maybe put it back in the shaper and shave another ½ inch off it or something. We'll see what happens towards the end. But that's fitting really nice actually. I'm happy with that. Fits pretty good. I suppose the next thing to do is bore the hole for the reason why I'm boring, well, rephrase that, what I've done, which every workshop has got a set of these. Every workshop's got a set of these. Cheap and nasty boring bars. They can be handy once you regrind them, and that's the reason why I'm making this one up, to take the boring bar for that. So that's the plan, Dan. It's the next day. You can probably hear the wind through the video. It is absolutely blowing its guts out here at the moment. It's shocking. And this is where having a new workshop really comes into the shades. There's no wind in here. It's beautiful, bar the noise. Anyway, I know this isn't the correct way to do it, but I haven't got a Morse taper 3 to fit in the headstock with the chuck on it. Yeah, I know it's definitely not the right thing to do, but it's the way it's going to be done today. So that's a 6.5mm drill. That is not bad. I am dumbfounded. Alright, that's done. Lock it down. Some grub screws now, some set screws on the top. And that's going to be a problem, because my pedestal drill's over in the other shed still and I can't get into it because of the wind. Long story short, when it's windy, can't get in the shed because it wants to blow the roof off. So I think I might have to drill it in the forge jaw. Do them in the forge jaw. That'll do. That'll work. I'll mark it out and get set up and bring you back. It's all squared off. The ends are cleaned up in the shaper. It's just a little bit of a recap here. Yeah, took about a quarter of an inch off the top, a bit better. I've marked out where I want the set screws in it, so I've got to do the drilling in the lathe here because, like I said before, my pedestal drill's over in the other shed. If you can hear the wind, you know, I can't. You know, I've got my ute parked in front of the shed to stop the wind from blowing the bits. So yeah, copping very severe winds here at the moment. So I've had to do it on the lathe. Yeah, just takes a bit longer, that's all. A bit more setting up in the forge jaw, but that's alright, it's got to be done. The wind here has been relentless for the last 2 days, I suppose. Very bad last night, bit of a breeze yesterday. Last night it really kicked up, it's been kicked up all day today. Terrible. I don't think I'll bore you with the second one. Which old saying, seen one, seen them all. So I'll bring you back when I'm back on the bench tapping the holes in them. Both holes are being drilled out to 5mm. Ready for a 6x1mm thread. Would like to have started these and done it all in the drill and started them off so they're nice and square in the drill press, but it was just not to happen. So hopefully we can wing it and get it right. Just run a plug tap down there just to make sure it's all the way to the bottom. Beautiful. Spectacular. There we go. I'll go over to the compressor and give that a blowout and put some set screws in it, and I'll bring you back when it's finished taking the lathe. Another job finished. A very cheap, easy, simple, basic bore and bar holder. That's all it is. Simple, easy to make, cheap to make. Stuffing around on a windy day, what more better things can you do than make something useful in the shed? I'm happy with it. It'll serve its purpose well enough. Tighten it down tight enough. I think it'll be a good asset to the lathe. That's the biggest bore and bar holder that come in the kit. This is a little tiny tot. So yeah, I suppose I could put it back in the shaper and bevel all the edges and make it pretty. Might be a good job for me kids to start learning on something simple like that. It's never going to hurt them to have a go at it. A bit of guidance, be a good thing I think. Be a good little job for them to do. Yeah, so that's about it for this video, guys. If you stuck it through to the end, thanks very much. Thanks very much if you didn't stick it through to the end. Just thanks for coming to watch. It's a hell of a lot better here in the new workshop. Yeah, windy days like we've got here at the moment, there's no way known I could get out in the old shop. The way the doors faced was right where the wind roars up the gully, and yeah, it wants to try and rip the roof off all the time. So any windy day you'll sort of, yeah, if it got too bad yet, just close the doors and that was it. But in here it's awesome. So still got a bit more setting up to do, and then once it's all set up I'll give you a look at what I got and how I've done it all. Alright, thanks very much for joining me. Hit the like button, bash the subscribe button, and I've got another couple of projects in mind that I really want to get done. One's modifying a jerry can, top of a jerry can, so to put a flow and go Bowser nozzle thing on it. So anyway, that'll be the next video. Thanks guys, see you later.